Let's talk about the indicator. I'm going to explain to you guys how to use this indicator. It's a very good indicator. It doesn't really look that complicated. I actually made sure that the indicator is simple as possible for you guys to actually understand and grasp the concept of the indicator and to actually use it to your advantage. Yep. So first things first, guys, let's look at this example here. As you can see, what basically happened was during this candle we had our the market actually started moving rapidly, as you can see with the rejections here and the rejections over there. This was an engulfment candle that actually engulfed the previous candle. But that is not the whole point, guys. We have to know that whenever the market is about to take a certain direction, if it want to move in a certain direction, the board will actually make sure that it actually shows you when the main move is going to happen. So it's going to show you when to enter the market, either on a buy or on a sell. So in this case right here, the market actually did its moves. It went up and down, bearish and bullish, but sooner or later the real move had to happen, right? So this is when the market this is when the board actually gave you the signal to say, like, okay, the whole bullshit is actually done now. Let's actually go into the trade. Let's actually start going into the long positions now, or the positions in the swing positions, or whatever positions you can actually take from this type of move. So as you can see, after the signal was given, the candle, the next candle actually closed below this rectangular formation. So that is the key there. You have to make sure that when you are going for sells, the candle that actually closes after the signal is given should either be below or above. Below for sells and above for buys. There's certain situations whereby the market might not go according to what I'm actually saying right here, but that is actually the key of the whole strategy behind this indicator. So what basically happened after here, you should actually have taken your trade as soon as you saw that the next candle actually opened below this formation here, which is also known as the rectangular formation, or the liquidity zone. That is the point where you actually should have taken your sell. So what basically happened here is market actually went up a little bit and it dropped dramatically after that. So let's say, for example, you didn't get that trade, the first trade was not successful, or maybe you were not around to actually take the trade. The indicator will still give you another signal. So here the market actually started becoming a bit slower. So it actually had to draw up another liquidity zone for you to find another entry, in case you didn't take the first entry. But if you actually ended the market at this point, there is no need for you to enter again, because you will have been in the trade already. So here what basically happened, after this, the last signal was given, you actually have to make sure that this candle that follows after the last candle should actually be below. It should be below this rectangular shape, or the liquidity level. So it dropped after that as well. So that is actually how we actually trade using this indicator. Let me see if there is any possible situations like that again. As you can see here, it also happened the same way. This is actually our liquidity level. After the market actually, after the signal was given, the next candle, as you can see here, guys, this is the next candle. It was open below this liquidity area right here. So that is a signal for a sell. and it sold. Remember, this is the 15-minute time frame, guys, so the candles might look small when I'm actually looking at it right now, or when you are looking at it right now, but the pips are a lot of pips. Let me say, perhaps this is probably 50 pips, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe more or less, but it doesn't matter. Okay, let's see what actually happened here. What actually happened here is actually the opposite of what happened on this other signal that was actually given here. So I'm just going to give you possible scenarios where that you might actually encounter using this indicator. Let's say, for example, like in this situation right here, right now, you can actually see that the market was actually analyzed by the bot or by the indicator, and it actually gave you a green light to say, like, now is the right time to actually take this trade. Now let's say, for example, you took a trade around about here. What will the trade have been? Think about it. Okay, so what basically happened here, guys, as you can see, the market actually dropped, and our bot or indicator actually showed us that this is actually the level where you are going to take a trade. This signal was actually given here, right? So as you can see, the candle that actually followed, it actually didn't close below. It didn't close below this structure. It actually closed above, and that is actually a signal for a buy instead of a sell. That is actually a signal for a buy. As you can see, what basically happened was the market went down. It went down a bit, but it actually went back up, going back for a buy. So you have to make sure that you follow the strategy, guys. As I told you, you have to make sure that this candle, the candle that follows after the signal is given, should be below or above for a buy and below for a sell, below this structure, below the structure that is given, the structures that are given. It has to close below or above for you to actually know for sure that you are going for a buy or a sell. That is the key using this indicator. So let's go back a bit. It's a lot of data. Let me just show you another or other possible situations that you might encounter using this indicator, just for you guys to be prepared accordingly. So here again we experienced the same type of situations. The market actually went down. As you can see, the bot actually gave you a green light here to say, like, okay, now it's time for you to take a sell. There is no candle here, so you actually don't know what is actually going to follow, but this is a gap that actually happened in the market. But you can see that the signal was actually given and the next candle was below the structure. So what do? You actually take a sell. The market actually went back up and it went down, but not a lot. But if you actually place your trailing stop, or probably, let me say, if you are actually using a break-even strategy for risk management, you could have actually capitalized on that, or probably broke even. Let me go back again. Let me see what's happening. Here's another possible situation here, guys. As you can see, the rectangle was actually drawn, or the liquidity zone or liquidity area, and then what followed was this structure actually didn't open above or below, but it's almost in the middle of that structure. So in a situation like this, you have to make sure that you look at the trend, and also look at where the trend is at that specific situation. Like, is it on an uptrend, on a downtrend, or is it on its highest price point, or is it at its lowest? When it's on its lowest, you have to go for a buy, but when it's on its highest, actually go for a sell. I'm certain that you'll actually encounter stuff like this. So let's look for buy opportunities. Let me look for buy opportunities, because for sure the market is not going to be giving you sells all the time. It's going to give you buys as well. So here is a possible situation as well. So here we got our liquidity rectangle. The signal was given, and the next candle that actually opened was not below. It was not below, and it was not above. It did not actually open below, I mean, but it actually opened above. So that is actually a signal for a buy. This could have been a very good buy. You could hold it out. Who knows, you might catch 100 pips, 50 pips. That's enough for a trader, for a retail trader. We don't need a lot of pips. We just need that small movement to actually make some money when using these when trading as a retail trader. You don't need to hold a trade for years. Just get the right setup, take in your entries, and actually get out successfully. What other? And also make sure, guys, that you actually take trades that actually shows potential. Don't just go in a trade blindly, because a lot of trades, there's always going to be a lot of trades available for you to trade. So make sure that the setup actually looks right. Everything looks according to what I actually told you, or according to the strategy. We all know for sure that sometimes the strategy might not some stuff on the strategy might not be right, or it might not actually be the same as what you actually expect it to look like. But always make sure that the whole setup is actually perfect, and you can actually capitalize out of that set and move. So here we got another rectangle here. This is our liquidity level, or our liquidity rectangle. After the signal was given, the next candle actually closed below. It closed, it actually opened below this area. Forget about the wick, because when it comes to trading, this wick is almost irrelevant. To be honest, it's almost irrelevant. It's actually seen when you actually use a line chart or a line graph. You'll actually realize that these wicks are not represented on a line graph. So this is actually where the next candle opened. This is actually where it opened, and the next move was actually a sell, as you can see, a huge sell. That is a lot of possible situations that you can actually capitalize on. Here is another one. So a signal was given, but the candle did not close below. It did not close below this rectangular shape. It actually closed above this rectangular shape. There is nothing, it actually opened above this rectangular shape. So there is no candle below it. That is obviously a buy. And that is obviously a buy. Here's another one. We can go all day, guys. Here's another one. After the signal was given, the next candle was actually a buy, and it actually bought. It actually bought, even though it came back for a retest. It actually bought even higher. So yeah, guys, this is actually how the indicator works. I don't think this is it's really confusing, unless maybe you just started trading yesterday. This is actually information that you can just digest as a trader and use it to your advantage. So if there's any questions regarding this strategy or this indicator that I'm actually giving out to you guys, that you would like to actually ask me personally, or if you are experiencing any difficulties, you can always text me either on Facebook or on WhatsApp or on Instagram. That is actually the places that I'm mostly active, and also my TikTok sometimes, but not a lot though. So with that being said, guys, it's your boy Forex Prince signing out.